Hello, fellow gamers, and welcome to the Video Gamers Podcast. Video game news is a hoppin' and we ain't a stoppin', bringing you the important updates, releases, and news you need to know about. Nintendo had another Nintendo Direct. Borderlands 4 CEO weighs in on the game's performance. And what the heck is happening to Marvel Rivals? All that and more on This Week in Gaming. But first, some introductions are in order. I am your host, Josh, and joining me, he can't wait to get his hands on all these remasters of the remakes of the re-releases, and at the low cost of full price. How can he say no to such an amazing offer from Nintendo? It's Ace.
It goes a little something like this. No!
Oh man,
please anything new.
Look, Nintendo, we gave you a break. We gave you a break for like 3 or 4 weeks, man. And then you're like, we have another Nintendo Direct. And I'm like, oh, sweet. Are we going to get some great announcements?
No. Shut up, Josh. Put on the Virtual Boy.
Right? Yeah. That's the best thing for your retinal eye corneas is red lasers.
Red laser graphics, yeah.
Oh man,
we'll get
you don't
to
want
it.
To pay a lot of money to step back 30 years, Ace. Come on, man. Oh my goodness. Well,
$100.
welcome in everybody. We have a lot of news to cover, man.
Oh yeah.
We like I said, from Nintendo giving us all kinds of ammunition. We were talking pre-show. We kind of do a pre-show thing for people that support the podcast over on Patreon. And, we definitely chat for a while before we actually hit record for the world. And, we don't come up with the news. The news comes up with itself. We just report the news. And so as we're going through these stories that we're going to talk about, we're like, this doesn't have the best positive spin on it. And then you're like, this doesn't have the best positive spin on it. And it's like, bro, can we find like a happy news story like to talk about? Well, we did find one. So there is good news. Look, I want to do something. This is a little bit of a departure from our normal conversation that we have. But, there is a lot going on in the world right now. Okay. Unless you live under a rock, it is very difficult to not feel anxiety and some sorrow and sadness and apprehension about everything that is occurring in our world. It seems like it doesn't matter what country you live in. There's just a lot going on. We do not get into politics on this podcast, but one of our tenets of this podcast has always been and will always be to just treat each other with respect. You know what I mean? Like we have always said, don't be toxic to each other. We're all gamers. And if there's one thing that gamers love, it is sharing their opinion with each other. And if there's one thing that we have seen over the years, it's that when you share your opinion on a game, there are going to be a ton of people that just jump on you for your opinion and tell you you're stupid. The console wars have been raging since the dawn of time. I mean, these are all things that gamers love to get themselves into. And an absolutely foundational tenet of this podcast is don't do that. Don't be toxic to each other. Respect that people have opinions. Just because somebody has an opinion different than yours does not mean you need to attack them for it. It does not mean that you need to try to discredit their opinion. If Ace loves indies and he loves a game and I think it's garbage, it's fine if we're friends for me to go, Ace, I think this game is garbage. If Ace is a stranger, it is not okay for me to go, bro, your game's garbage. Like you don't have that relationship with somebody at that point. And so it is a reminder from us as gamers to all of you gamers out there to just remember to be respectful to each other, man. And if your initial response to that is, yeah, but just pause for a second.
Be good
there
people.
Is no yeah, but. Everybody's different, man. Everybody likes different things. That's okay. That is A-okay. And if you need any more evidence on anything, just look at your screen right now. I am a 47-year-old man. Ace is 25. We are generations apart. We very likely have a lot of different worldviews and thoughts on things in the world. But you know what? Ace is my brother. He is my homie. We get along. I freaking love this guy to death. And we're very, very different. And that's okay, people. You can be friends with people that are different than you. So that's all I want to say about it, man. Like I said, we are not getting political on this. We are not getting into any of that. This podcast has always been a reprieve from the trials in life in the world. But just please take a second to just remember it's okay to be different. All right. And it's okay to disagree on things. And it's okay for people to just have different opinions than you. You can still be friends, I promise.
Yeah, it's not hard. So,
it's really not. It's just treat the person, not the opinion. Okay. We are not, opinions are opinions. They are not foundational to who you are or, a label for people to label you or anything like that. So there you go. Off the soapbox. Let's talk some video games, Ace.
Oh, boy, that's what I was here for. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's what everybody's here for. So, all right, I tell you what, we promised a good story. Bro, this just warms my heart. This warms my heart. Expedition 33 has topped 4.4 million sales.
Man, that is so impressive. It's not even been a whole year yet. That's crazy.
Do I sound weird if I say I think that number is low?
A little bit, but also you got to remember Expedition 33 was on Game Pass and things like that. So like it has a significant amount more players than you realize.
That was my initial response too. Here's the thing. Like Silksong's still in the news. We're still seeing a ton of Silksong stuff. We have been playing
where's
it.
It at now?
We're getting close to doing our deep dive on it. Ryan is almost back from vacation, everybody. He didn't abandon the podcast. Don't worry. It's just he needed a vacation from his other vacation that he took.
Yeah, what's that about?
Ryan, we love you, man. But, bro, it must be nice to just be able to just, travel around nonstop, shirk all your duties with the podcast, leave Ace and I to do all of the work while you just go traipsing around the country.
I'm here.
Ace is on literally Ace is on
vacation and I'm here.
Eat it, Ryan. Oh, man. But, here we are. Just, holding down the fort while Ryan is just off doing whatever. I don't know, but, but here's the thing. Silksong, you hear about they sold 5 million copies in a very short period of time. And there's already conversation about like, man, the game of the year indie category has been blown wide open now.
Yeah.
I will say this, Expedition 33, you deserve 10 million sales. Like I cannot express to people enough. And if the amount of times we have mentioned that game on this podcast isn't enough, if you have not played Expedition 33 yet, you need to do yourself a favor and find time to play this game and understand how significantly good this game is. So I was a little shocked, like 4.4 million sales. Don't get me wrong. Sandfall Interactive is probably super stoked with that. I imagine they've made tons of money by this. But at the same time, I'm like, bro, everybody should be playing this game. Like, that seems low to me.
I still see people like picking it up, though, and playing it. And they're like, oh, man, this game is fantastic. Why isn't everyone playing this?
Yeah, and I get the Game Pass, that's not counting the Game Pass part of it, which I'm sure is huge, but
that's at least another million probably.
Yeah, so kudos to them. That is the positive news story of the day. Expedition 33 with 4.4. I'd love to see that keep climbing. So again, reminder, if you haven't played it, it's one of the best games that I have ever played, honestly. And I know a lot of people feel that way.
Because we play a lot of games, man. We play a lot of games.
And I beat it, Ace.
That's even more of a testament. This man doesn't beat games.
Right. All right, well, let's get into throwing some shade on Nintendo, Ace. One of our favorite things to do. And listen, we read every comment that everybody leaves on our episodes. There is not a comment that we do not read. I promise you that. There are people that love Nintendo out there, and they have said, man, you guys are really hard on Nintendo. What's with the Nintendo hate? Listen, my wife has a Nintendo Switch. I love convincing her to play games on it. I love having a Switch in the house. I like that it's the only console that she has any interest in playing. Nintendo, I grew up on Nintendo. Nintendo gets credit for completely making a home console a thing in our world. So, Nintendo has done unimaginably good things for gaming. But lately, Nintendo has just gone the way of like mega corporation. Anybody that's played Cyberpunk, this is your mega corporation.
Out of touch, dude. They are so out of touch with this market and with their own consumer base because they've been able to brainwash them into buying whatever the heck they throw out there for them.
Look, we said it in our pre-show. If you love Nintendo, we are more than happy. Like, that honestly, and this is not just, like word vomit, right? Like if you love your Nintendo Switch, we are insanely happy for you. That's awesome. All we want is people to enjoy video games. But because we talk about the industry as a whole, a lot of times you can easily look at what Nintendo is doing and saying, guys, you're entitled to a profit. We've learned that from John, right? John, hey, they're a company. They're entitled to profit. That's okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it seems like you were getting away from what made you wholesome to gamers. So let's talk about the Nintendo Direct, okay, before we rip into them too much. They announced a whole bunch of stuff, Ace. What is the standout thing for you that they announced? If you had to say something.
Yeah, the thing that stands out to me is the new Fire Emblem, but I'm a massive Fire Emblem fan. So it's like, I understand that I'm part of a small market that is going to make them a lot of money, but
that's good.
But and other people look at normal Nintendo fans look at Fire Emblem and like, ew, Fire Emblem again.
Yeah.
Like I've seen it all over X. It's just like, oh, the final announcement was Fire Emblem.
I don't know Fire Emblem, to be honest with you. I know that people do absolutely love this series. I don't know anything about it, to be honest with you. That did seem like something that people got excited for. I think the kind of standout thing, or at least the thing that my brain is like, really, is they announced the Virtua Boy.
Oh, gosh.
It's like, wait a minute. Guys, the Virtua Boy was like this oddity that would just burn your eyeballs with red lasers. Like this was 30 years ago, man.
Failure. It did not even get a year's worth of games. It died 8 months into its lifespan.
Do you know why? Because the games absolutely sucked.
There was
and
one
you're looking
good
at red lasers with your eyeballs, man. Like
there was one good game on the Virtual Boy. All right, it was a War Eland game. It is the only one that people can agree was a good game.
This is what we're bringing back, Nintendo? This is what we're bringing back? Is a outdated, like, they showed the graphics on this thing, and it's like,
it's not better.
Guys, you want to play your Nintendo Switch in monochrome red with nothing? Like, sure, it has some 3D elements to it, but it's all in red. Like, there's no other colors. Is this really what you want? Like,
I feel like you're missing the best part. You're paying for a subscription to rent these games over time. You're not even getting these games.
Okay.
So you're paying to rent these games, and then you're paying for a shell to hold your console in it, and you could pay $100 for the plastic accurate version of a Virtual Boy, or you could just pay $25 for a cardboard cutout version.
Dude,
what the heck?
What are we doing, dude? What are we doing?
What's the point?
You mentioned it. These games, they give you this big lineup. They show like, I don't know, 10 to 15 games, right? And then they say, and here's the lineup of games for the Virtua Boy that we expect to release over the coming years.
Games.
Whoa. Over the coming years? Like, and you expect to release them? Like, what the heck is this, man?
Okay. Dude.
So this is where this Nintendo Direct is going. Dude, okay, let's just fire off a couple of these. Hades 2, awesome. Can't wait to get my hands on Hades 2. I've avoided the early access.
That it's got a year of, exclusivity on the Nintendo Switch first for full access. It's PC Nintendo Switch. I don't like that, but aside from that, cool.
Yeah, Hades 2 is awesome. I can't wait to play it. Like, so that's a standout game. Metroid Prime 4, I think looked great. We got the first look at this like cyber bike thing that Samus is riding around, shows you riding around this kind of open world where it was like, I didn't realize this was open world. Like, she's going to these different points of interest, hops off the bike, gets out, is in some area and shooting things. And I'm like, okay, Metroid Prime 4 looking pretty good to me.
No idea how that's going to run on the original Switch. Based on what I saw. I was like, oh, heck no.
Know, dude.
No.
I don't know.
It's not happening.
But it's like, okay, so there's a couple good games. And this is where it kind of starts to fall apart a little bit. and I joked about this in the intro, but we are just getting a remake, a re-release, games that are already existing. Guess what, guys? You can play them on your Switch too. Super Mario Galaxy, which is phenomenal. I am not slandering Super Mario Galaxy at all, but they are selling it as a bundle, 1 and 2, for the Switch too.
I already have Super Mario Galaxy on the Switch. It was a limited release with Sunshine and 64, and I only bought it because they're like, it'll never come back. Liars.
Yeah, but it's just this isn't like they're not upping it. Like if you read the bullet points, they're like it's with slightly improved textures or something, and I'm like,
it's not a remake or a remaster. It's just a port.
Yes, exactly.
A port of a Wii game.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Do you know what Wii games weren't known for? Looking good.
Looking good. And then we're not winning. But don't worry, guys. We didn't upgrade it. We just, let's just be clear. We didn't remaster this and upgrade this. We're just making it playable on the Switch too.
Oh,
okay.
Gosh.
This is something that really just bugs me, dude. When you develop a game and you intentionally chop off parts of the game to then sell as DLC, what are you doing? This is like a pet peeve. And I get that it makes sense from a business aspect. It's like, it's going to make us a bunch of money, so why wouldn't we? It's just a gaming pet peeve because you are intentionally withholding gameplay that you have already developed to then try to sell it as a DLC, which means we are skimping you on the initial purchase that you made. So Donkey Kong Bonanza, everybody that's played it loves it. I have not played it.
Supposed game of the year candidate. I don't know anything about it.
But they are already announcing DLC for Donkey Kong Bonanza at this point.
Sure. They just cranked that out in 2 months, you're telling me?
Yeah, no. Yeah, and this is again why I'm having these issues with Nintendo. And look, if you're excited for it, we are happy for you. If you want more Donkey Kong Bonanza, that's awesome. But don't you think they should have just given it to you in the $80 game that you had to pay for?
Aren't you already just like a little bit suspect of getting a DLC 2 months into the release of the game? And it's maybe not just the cut content they didn't give you in your $80 release.
Oh, and it's a time trial mode. The other part of it is
Are you kidding me?
To go look,
that.
we want to see how
mode.
fast. Yeah, it's like the Emerald something or whatever they're doing, where it's like just a time trial. It's not even really new content. So, again, this is why we have issues with Nintendo. Okay?
Yeah, you wonder why we get loud and obnoxious about Nintendo and we're not like excited for anything they put out. It's because they do stuff like this. Do you know what game put out a time trial mode for a DLC and it was free? It was Astrobot.
Yes. Thank you. Free DLC.
Free DLC.
Guys, we're giving you something for free. Dude, the day that Sony is more gamer friendly than Nintendo, something is happening.
Who would have thought? Like, honestly.
All right, we got to move on. But look, here's the other issue. Super Mario Wonder, fantastic game. Played fine on the Switch. It's beautiful on the Switch. Oh, guess what, guys? We're getting the Switch 2 edition of Super Mario Wonder. I thought these games were backwards compatible.
I never got to play that one.
Well, Super Mario Wonder is great. You should play Super Mario Wonder. But guess what? You could play it on your Switch. So it's like, what's going on here, Nintendo? Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is a new game. Bro, I don't mean offense to anybody by this, but this game looks like it was made for preschoolers, dude.
Most Yoshi games do look like that.
From the frame rate, like this game runs at like 10 frames a second.
Oh.
Like even in the trailer, it's running at 10 frames a second.
I thought that was just my PC.
No, this looks like a game that is made for your 8-year-old to keep them busy and to play. It is the most dumbed down, simple, slow game that I can possibly imagine. If you're excited for it, that's awesome. Again, this is not, I'm just talking about the game. But it's like, this is what we're advertising in your Nintendo Direct. Also, are we doing a Nintendo Direct every like month and a half now at this point? Because it used to be like, oh, I'm getting excited. And now it's just like another one and it's disappointing and it's just remakes and re-releases.
What's even the point of listening to Nintendo Directs anymore? There's not going to be Silksong news.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Ace. Yeah, that's very true. So, all right, I'll tell you what, enough bashing Nintendo. Nintendo, they're down for the count right now.
One more.
Making billions.
Pokemon Pokopia. I want to talk about that. Ripping off freaking Animal Crossing. What is it? Rules for thee, but not for me, Nintendo? Is that how we're doing things?
And not only that, but you are a Mimikyu, right? Which my daughters think Mimikyu is one, or Ditto. I'm sorry, Ditto. But yeah, so Ditto's not even as cool as Mimikyu, by the way. I don't really know a
No,
whole lot, but
Mimikyu's
Mimikyu's
freaking
cool looking.
sweet. Are you kidding me?
But you are a Ditto that looks like a human.
Yeah.
So I'm a person. Okay, so it's like this is a Pokemon game, but I'm really just a person. Like we're not
honestly,
even
like,
really making a Pokemon at this point.
it's honestly like unsettling. He gives himself like vine arms and starts swinging them around while having a human torso, and he's got the smile on the whole time. And you're just like, nope, don't like that.
I don't know, man.
I don't know where
I don't
Pokemon's
know.
going at all right now, dude.
Pokemon ZA, there's another DLC / thing where it's Mega Dimensions, where
I don't
Mega
care about the new
Raichu and
Pokemon.
Mega. I don't know.
I just give him. I love Pokemon. I've got Pokemon tattoos. I have no interest in this new Pokemon. None.
I can't speak on it, honestly. None of the Pokemon games interest me, but again, I'm just an old grouchy man. So, all right, I'll tell you what, let's take a quick break, and then we're going to get into some other stories here and give Nintendo a breather. So we'll be right back. All right. Look, we're done bashing Nintendo, people. It's all in good fun. We really want to see Nintendo kind of get back to taking care of the gamers like they used to do instead of being this just evil corporation. So
it's all in good fun, but if I find out you bought a Virtual Boy shell, I'm gonna be pretty annoyed with you.
I will never. And Ace, that is going to be the key if I'm ever kidnapped. Okay, just be like, Josh, are you enjoying your Virtual Boy? And if I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I love it. Send help. Call the police. Okay, that's our code word right there. Okay, because I will never ever.
Like that scene in Terminator. Your parents are dead.
I will light the money on fire and record a video before I would actually give Nintendo the money for this hideous Virtual Boy.
Fair enough.
Man. All right. We said we weren't going to bash Nintendo anymore. Let's bash Marvel Rivals instead.
No.
Okay, look. All right. We were all about the Marvel Rivals. Ace might still be about the Marvel Rivals.
I still play it on occasion.
Months. This is a thing in the industry that's really kind of baffling to me. I mean, we can always explain it away in hindsight, but look, for people that have been listening to this show for a long time, Overwatch is one of my favorite games of all time. When it released, we had, months and months and months where we just had an entire 6-stack friend group, more than that actually sometimes, that were playing every single night. I loved Overwatch more than anything. Overwatch 2 comes along. Blizzard starts being Blizzard. They take things away. They change it. Then they take basic Overwatch away. There's that whole story. Marvel Rivals comes out. We hop in. We go, bro, this is it. This is the game that's going to kill Overwatch. And it did for a little while.
For a little bit. Yeah.
For a little bit. The story here is that Marvel Rivals is down 86% of its player base since it released when did it release? January?
It released in December, I believe, actually.
December? So it's not even a full year. It has not been a full year. And it is down 86% of its player base. What the heck is going on with Marvel Rivals, Ace?
Dude, it's just, honestly, it could be from the bad balancing. It could be from where people didn't like the engagement-based matchmaking, even though the Rivals devs did come out and say, we don't use that. We don't know what you're talking about. The players all basically said was, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
It could be the choices of the characters or the fact that they've been focusing on adding more DPS instead of support and tank players. There's just a lot that Rivals has going against it. And it also could just be like the short attention span of gamers, not really wanting to stay with these long-term games for a long time.
I will say, I think that is part of it. I think the gamers, I am one of them, to where it is games do not hold my attention for very long. It takes a very special kind of unique game to really grab me. I have always liked hero shooters. I don't play Rivals anymore, but guess what I'm playing, Ace? I'm back to Overwatch.
Yeah, you're still playing Overwatch. Yeah.
And I am I'll be honest, I'm having a ton of fun playing Overwatch again, like legitimately. Now, part of that is that I'm playing with my kids, and so it is something fun as a parent to do with my kids, but I'm actually just enjoying Overwatch at the same time. Here's my take on the Marvel Rivals thing. Yes, short attention spans. It took over the world. Everybody in the world was playing Marvel Rivals at one point. And it was fun, but you're going to get the kind of people that aren't really hardcore about it that are going to go, okay, that was fun for like a month and now I'm going to go back to whatever. Yeah. I do think that the matchmaking is one of the biggest problems in the sense that it is a steamroll fest a lot of times. Now, this does happen in Overwatch as well, but not to the degree that it happens in Rivals. The other issue is I think that they are terrible at creating metas that are just not fun to play against. That to me is the glaring issue with Marvel Rivals is that, you know, oh, it's the triple healer meta. This is the worst. I hate playing against this. Oh, it's the flyer meta. This is not fun to play against. You know, like, and they're very slow to respond to these metas because they, you know, well, we want to be careful with nerfs and buffs and things like that, which I understand. But when your game is not fun because of that meta, you have an issue that needs to be addressed quickly. Overwatch had this for a while with the GOATS meta back in the day that really kind of ruined Overwatch. Now, the difference to me between the two is Overwatch is kind of known as Counterwatch, right? Because there are characters that are hard counters to other characters. So if you are getting steamrolled, you switch to the character that counters the guy that is steamrolling your team. And as long as you know how to play that character remotely decently, you can counter that guy. You know, and so that stops this unfun steamroll thing that you do see in Rivals. And I get that there are counters in Rivals, right? You want to counter a flyer? Play
if there are, no one ever swaps to them.
Well, and that's the issue, right? That's the other issue because you are using these iconic characters. How many Spider-Man one tricks did we come across?
It still happens.
Because
it still
everybody
happens.
wants to play Spider-Man, right? But guess what? Because that's all I play, I'm not learning the other characters that will allow me to counter these metas. So I'm just going to keep throwing myself because I just want to play this one hero. You know, I don't know, man.
And it's quick play,
tough.
so it doesn't matter. Ooh.
Right. You know, that's the thing too, is everyone's quick play, dude. So I'll be honest, I don't like seeing this because I don't ever want to see a company or a game fail, especially one that was as fun as Rivals was.
Yeah. But I mean, here's the thing. It's a quality game. It has great things in it.
Great game, dude.
It is fantastic. You know, they keep adding these wonderful quality of life updates. They make it look better every patch. It runs better every patch. And they're adding freaking Daredevil. I'm super excited for them to add Daredevil next month. But like,
but here's the problem, Ace. That is what they are relying on.
Oh,
you know
100%.
what I mean? They are relying on the fact that, when we release Daredevil, millions of people will come back to try out Daredevil.
And then they'll leave again.
Maybe, but they're going to try him out for like 3 days. They're going to go cool. And then they're going to drop off again. You have to fix your game, dude. You have to fix the balance issues. You have to fix the things that are not fun for people. You know, I was talking to my daughter. She's a huge Overwatch. She tried Rivals. She didn't like it. I play Overwatch with her. And she was saying, Dad, you know, the issue with Rivals is just not fun. You know, and I kind of went, it really was a ton of fun for a little while, but now these metas and stuff, it's really not that fun. I will say this, competition makes the world go round. When Rivals came out, Overwatch went, oh crap, we better actually try. And they started trying, which is great. You're going to see people that are going to jump ship. They're going to go to Overwatch or some other hero shooter or Battle Royale, back to Apex or Fortnite or whatever. But then you're going to see Rivals go, we better do something. Okay, well, let's fix our game, right? Let's fix the metas and let's be faster with these balance changes and things like that. And I think that's a good thing. But if you don't respond, you are going to die into obscurity at that point. Yeah, and that scares me, dude, because Rivals is monstrous. Now, we say all this like it's over. It's not over for Marvel Rivals.
Not.
It's still...
They still got a huge player base.
That's the thing. It's like still like, I think like in the top 10 of like concurrent player counts for games on Steam right now. So we're not trying to be like doomsday about this.
It's not the end of Marvel Rivals. Calm down.
Exactly.
It's just, if this continues, it will be.
It's a warning sign.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention, man. And I feel like they are, but I feel like they're paying attention to the wrong things, you know? And it's like, my daughter kind of went like, it's what did she call it? She said, oh, the thing that's keeping alive is all the gooners, right? Because of the skins. And it's like, I laughed because it's like, okay, number one, the fact you said that was funny. And it's like, there is some truth to that. But if your game is not fun for people to play, that is your critical failure point. And you've got to fix that. And if you don't, it's people are just going to leave, plain and simple. So,
yeah.
All right. And speaking of fixing games, Ace, Borderlands 4.
Oh my gosh, this game.
I literally asked in our Discord server today, I said, look, I need a game to play. I'm kind of in this limbo. I'm thinking about Borderlands 4 because I have a couple friends that are playing it that I know I could play with. It would be sporadic. Our gaming schedules don't line up a whole lot. Or I can play Cult of the Lamb because everybody is saying I need to play that game. Mm-hmm. And Borderlands 4, for some reason, and again, we've said this before, we haven't been super kind to it. I am not hearing great things from people. That doesn't mean that it's being slammed, but it just means that some people that I trust their gaming opinion or I align with their gaming opinion have said, it just kind of feels like Borderlands. Like, yeah, the movement's better, but the performance sucks. It's really not anything new. So it's just like, are you in the mood for more Borderlands at this point? And my initial gut response is like, I don't think so. Not right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's fair. Especially when you get nice little quotes like this. I think maybe you're just not a premium gamer. You're not ready for a premium game, Josh.
Oh, is this a quadruple A game?
It's a quadruple A game. You're not a premium gamer.
Quadruple A experience?
You're not a real Borderlands fan who would have paid $100.
Hold your horses, buddy. I've got a top of the line PC. We have a freaking gaming podcast. Okay. I play a ton of games. Like, am I not a premium gamer? Is that what you're telling me?
According to the Gearbox CEO? No, you're not. You want to complain about their performance? You're not a premium gamer.
Here's part of the issue. Part of the issue is I don't think I'm in the mood for Borderlands right now. You know?
I think that's fair.
And we've talked about this. Like, we've talked, you and I have talked, we've talked with Ryan. None of us seem to really be gung-ho about Borderlands 4. You know, it's Battlefield 6 is on the horizon.
I'd say we've got that on the horizon. We just need something to hold us over till then.
Right. We've got a deep dive. Ryan has to play Dying Light, so we've kind of got that. You know, there's some other stuff where it's, again, like Cult of the Lamb. I'm kind of curious to play that. So when you hear that Borderlands 4 has major performance issues, even for top of the line 5090 graphics card, this is a $2,000 graphics card, can't push this game above 60 frames a second. You know what I mean? There is a problem. And instead of acknowledging the problem and saying, guys, we're going to fix it. Don't worry. We're going to get it on that day 7 patch, right? Not the day 0 patch. We're going to get it on that day 7 patch. The CEO of Gearbox, Randy Pitchford, comes out and instead of apologizing and saying, hey, sorry, he doubles down and says, guys, Borderlands 4 is a premium game that is made for premium gamers. And if you are playing this on old hardware, this game is not meant for you. Excuse me? What are you doing, man?
You should be trying to drive a monster truck with a leaf blower, all right? That's what.
And listen, I get your analogy, dude, but at the same time, like, what? Like, listen, I understand the frustration that developers have when I'm still rocking like an old RTX 960 or, you know, a graphics card that is 9 years old at this point. And it's like, guys, you might need to update your PC at some point. And I get the graphics cards are expensive, but listen, we can't make our game for you at that point. But bro, these are people that are using mainstream graphics cards, okay? These are not your top end, but they're not your bottom end. This is what the majority of gamers are running, you know? And it's like, and this game is running like garbage. So when I'm on the fence anyway about picking this game up, and then the CEO comes out and doubles down on poor performance and tells me that that's my fault, not their fault for developing the game, like, bro, I don't need any other reason to just go like, I think I'm going to pass, man.
Yeah, I don't need convincing at that point. You've done everything you can to convince me otherwise. It's like we were saying, some CEOs just need to stop talking. You're a detriment to your own game. You have to stop talking.
We were talking about this in our pre-show as well, but it's just like, dude, the CEOs sometimes just don't answer. Just say, hey, you know what? We're going to let our PR guy over here. Bob, come here. They're asking me a tough question about performance. Bob, what should I say? Don't double down on the poor performance, okay? Bob comes over and he's like, hey, everybody, listen, we're really sorry. We understand there's a wide variety of hardware. We're working very hard in the background to make this game run well. We're hoping to have a patch for you in the next few days. Happy gaming. Okay, good job, Bob. Good job. Instead, it's like, where's Bob? Anybody see Bob? This is a premium game and it's only meant for premium gamers? Is that... Bob hears this. You just hear him screaming in the background. No! Randy, what did you say? What did you say? He's like,
our stocks plummeted.
This is the wrong answer, man. Fix your game,
wrong
dude.
answer.
Fix your game. I don't know. I'm gonna pick up Cult of the Lamb. I've decided.
All right,
this.
I'm excited to hear your opinion on that one.
I really need to play this game, and I'm sorry, Borderlands 4. Nothing you did excited me enough to want to spend $70 again. Premium game, right? For premium gamers, we're charging a premium price for this. And listen, I know that people are enjoying it. My brother-in-law and my nephew are playing it. A good friend / coworker at work is playing it, and they're all like, "Bro, I'm having fun." And it's like,
yeah, I'm glad.
Awesome,
I'm glad people
dude.
are enjoying the game.
Absolutely. I'm not in the mood for it. Number one. Number two, this stuff irks me. And it's the little teeny nudge I needed to just go, yeah, I think I'm okay, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at this point. So, all right, Ace, that's going to do it. We're not even going to get into the Silk Song review bombing because of bad translations. That's another just sad story. We're not going to get into the death of Atari, a once great icon of gaming that just doesn't even know who they are or what they are anymore.
It's like, I didn't even know Atari was still around until you sent me this.
Yeah, exactly. But, that's going to do it for this episode, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Listen, if you love the podcast and you haven't done so already, make sure you leave us a 5-star review. If you're on Spotify, it's just like 2 taps to do that. If you're on Apple, you can rate us 5 stars and leave us a written review so other people know that, hey, we don't suck. We're okay at this gaming talking.
We don't suck.
Stuff we do. That's our motto, man. If you've been listening for a long time, if you have been a listener for a long time and you get enjoyment out of this podcast, think about just pay back a little bit. Is tell a friend. That's one of the best things you can do. If you have it on your heart and in your wallet to support the show, you can do that on Patreon. There's a link in the episode description. It takes just a couple minutes to sign up. We give you a bunch of perks to say thank you. We give you a shout out on the show, but it also helps this podcast continue to bring you the best gaming content out there. So take a second to think about doing that. And join our Discord server. At the top of the show, we talked about being nice to each other. This is the most awesome Discord server you will be a part of. It is the most incredible group of gamers that love talking games together, giving recommendations, getting excited together, playing games together. We see people all the time meeting up and playing games. And so if you want to be a part of that, the link is in the episode description. If you are one of those toxic gamers that wants to do console wars and slander people, not the place for you, unfortunately. So
yep.
That's what social media is for. All right, listen, thank you, everybody. That's going to do it for this episode. Until next time, happy gaming.
Peace out.